And now, we basically level up with 50 points. And we can just put that into having max strength. What's up, Frost Bros? Welcome back to the Radar playthrough. It is currently part 31, and as you can see, we're here in this dungeon, and last we left off, we cleared out a few spell swords, some hot babes that were trying to kill us. But anyways, we're currently in a... Man, the sound is very different. Okay, so we're in an artifact dungeon looking for the Ohgma Infinium, and if I remember correctly, yeah, so this here is one of the tail ends, and basically these dungeons, they have multiple floors, and they have areas like these that are always around the tail ends of each other. So if we were to just run all the way to the opposite side of the dungeon, we should find the next way down. And we shouldn't even have that much resistance doing this, but, you know, there's just random enemies, and I think in today's video we're just going to... that is very loud. Yeah, I just got a new headset, so, okay. Who is that? Another troll? Okay, let's get the heck out of here so I'm not listening to trolls, and hey, there's the next floor, so I guess let's drop a 2 save just so we can be safe. And real quick, let me fix this sound, I guess. Make it a little bit quieter. There we go. Yeah, but I just got a new headset, so if things sound a bit different, they should sound a bit cleaner, and hopefully the mic doesn't like cut out as much. So, yeah. New headset. Let's go. Anyways, so as I was saying, we're here looking for the Ohgma Infinium because we did just get all of the pieces of the Staff of Chaos. So, in reality, all that we need to do left is really just get some gear and get ready for fighting Jagartharn himself. And this dungeon here is actually not where the Ohgma Infinium is, it's actually where there's a map that leads to the Ohgma Infinium. So, yeah, the Ohgma Infinium itself is in another dungeon, and we're here not to basically get the Ohgma Infinium, but just to learn where the Ohgma Infinium is, because apparently someone knew that a map to the Ohgma Infinium was in this dungeon, but, you know, they couldn't bother to figure out, you know, where the Ohgma Infinium itself is. So we're kind of just stuck here grabbing torques and taking names and, you know, kicking butt and stuff. And it looks like this dungeon here, you know, some of these floors are just very random. And, oh, we got someone attacking us, so let's make sure we got a spell eater up. Oh, there's Wraith there. Yeah, these guys are meant to be terrifying, but of course we're a god, so it's not like they're that terrifying. I mean, we just paralyzed them like it was nothing. We're just gonna run up here, get in his face, and paralyze him again, and man, the sound is just different with this headset, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this new headset setup because it's something else. It's actually kind of cool. There's a USB port on this headset that can connect to your laptop, and it lights up. It has like LEDs in it and stuff, and it's honestly kind of dope. And it looks like we need to go this way, but I'm not all that sure. Like, we can run in these dungeons, though, like, very fast. Like, we're bolting through this place. So, you know, like, that's the one thing about, yeah, we found the opposite end of the dungeon. And that's, like, that far away. So, if I calculate, the exit should be around here somewhere. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, you can actually tell that the main dungeons are basically built as lag machines because this here's just a random side dungeon and we're able to fly through it at bullet speed with our 85 speed, and oh, look at that, we did find the exit, so it's right over there, so let's go grab it. Yeah, that's one of the great things about the map, is you can just use it to see where you're supposed to go, because you'll run past something and not realize it's there until you open up your map and be like, oh, what the heck, I ran past it twice, you know, like, it's one of those things. It especially is amazing for finding hidden doors, because in Daggerfall you actually have to click to find hidden doors. In Arena, if you run past a hidden door and check your map, it actually highlights red. So, you know, like, your character knows where the hidden doors are, you don't. And yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the volume on this, I guess, because it is a bit louder than I'm used to. I got them weak ears, I got them weak ears, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, that door didn't even make a sound. Yeah, but anyways, these dungeons, these are very much copy and pasty dungeons, and we got orcs. Those guys are rare. See, that's one of the reasons I like these dungeons, because they actually have the balls to give you low-level enemies again, and not just give you a bunch of high-level enemies. They'll actually throw random stuff at you. So you actually don't know what you're going to face, because you could face anything from level 1 to level 20. All just thrown in the same pot. You know, of course, I guess it is probably leveled to your character as well. Like, maybe it won't just throw like 20,000 liches at you unless you're like level 50 or something. But other than that, yeah, it'll just throw you random enemies. So, yeah, and we got these guys. These guys are annoying. Of course, they do have maces, which is kind of cool because it proves that trolls are intelligent and all, but you know, their regeneration in this game is actually kind of annoying. It is definitely one thing I would like to see return, though. I think that would be cool if trolls actually regenerated in. Oh, look at that! There's an exit there's an exit section here that doesn't have an exit in it. Yeah, that's literally this segment here, but without the actual exit. So we actually got to look around for this exit. And honestly, these floors are very quickly. These floors are very easy to just run through and just sweep constantly. Like, you can sweep these floors and discover everything so fast that I'm honestly glad that they don't have like wikis to, that these things aren't connected to any wikis because of how they're randomly generated. Like, these things are all randomly generated dungeons, but they'll always have a path leading straight to the exit no matter what. And despite that, you still have the ability to just run through them very fast, because unlike Daggerfall, instead of just creating a bunch of new corridors every time you have a corridor, creating basically labyrinthian holes every single time you spawn in a dungeon, instead of that, all the random generation is done inside a box, a predetermined sized box, meaning that no matter how complex the dungeon, it will always fit within its own enclosed space, meaning that every dungeon, every cell, every single floor is all the same size, meaning no matter what, you can always expect to find the exit and not just run around for hours like a headless chicken. And the only way to supplement the small size, the small scale, is the extra floors. And of course, to supplement the fact that the arena doesn't have that much, like, just regular equipment wise, they actually throw in a bunch of loot piles into these dungeons. So this is not only a good way to get very powerful artifacts for just better everything, like the Ohgma Infinium, which is basically just 10 level ups all in one go. Like, it's so powerful. And you know, now that I think about it, if we're in this floor doesn't exactly have an exit point. I don't think this floor has an exit point. I wonder if this random room I just randomly found is actually like where there's an artifact. Like, I wonder if that's where the map is, and I kind of just ran past it like 10 or 20 times. You know, like, how hilarious would that be? Like, if that lack of an exit is supposed to be my giveaway that I'm in the right area and that I should be paying more attention, how hilarious would that be? But anyways, I mean, we've only been running around for, at the most, like 10 to 20 minutes, so, you know, we got plenty of time. And looks like this room has some loot. And okay, am I soft locked? Like, there's another section here. Okay, so what the heck am I looking at? Hello. You ran around a corner and scared me a little. I guess the light did not help. Hey, a free mace though. Warrior. That's neat. It's very rare to find warriors, honestly, because, you know, there's so many other classes. Of course. Of course, and out of all the abilities, you know what? Just because you do that, enjoy paralysis yourself. And I'm just going to cure myself. Nothing usable. Figures. Oh well, let's, who? Where? Really? Okay, let's, are you even going to be worth it? I hate this. Why are Medusas a thing? And oh god, that is not a pretty corpse, honestly. I know corpses aren't exactly supposed to be pretty, but that just wasn't right. Really? Another one of you guys? What's wrong with these guys? Ooh, flail. He was a rogue. You know, there's a chest here. Not sure how many chests are around here. You have found the map that leads to the Ohgma Infinium somewhere in the province of Blackwash. You inscribe the location onto your map of the continent. Oh shoot, that wasn't even a... How do I cancel? I cannot cancel. Okay, cool. Well, we got a spell to unlock something now. Just active. That's going to be annoying. Of course, it won't go off until we unlock something. But anyways, we're going to do, I guess, a little bit of a speed ahead to when we get out of this place. Because, yeah, we're going to have to go to Black Marsh now, so catch y'all there. Alright, and now we're leaving that area and going to where the Ohgma Infinium is. So it is over here in Black Martian Labyrinth of Vol'jin. Labyrinth of Vol'jin. Hilarious. So anyways, that's going to take 32 days off of our journey to fight Dagoth, but hey, it's where there is a Ohgma Infinium. A juicy Ohgma Infinium for our desires. So we're going to make sure we're nice and armored up. We got everything all situated. We're going to use a few potions. Vampires are generating. Uh-oh. We're going to need a Spell Eater up. We're going to need Blessing up. We're going to need... Oh, that is terrifying. Okay, so there's a vampire here. A vampire. These guys, they don't play. Okay, so we got a vampire on the loose somewhere. And of course, this dungeon is same thing. We just gotta get to the opposite side. And, you know, I don't know where this vampire is. Where? Okay. So there was a vampire somewhere. And I have no idea where he is. You know, that just isn't a good sign. When there's a vampire that you can hear, you see that it's somewhere, you haven't the slightest clue where it's at. You know, that's just not a good sign. You know, like, that's just lovely. Like, I don't hear it no more. I hope that means it just straight up despawned. You know, this dungeon seems like it has some deadlier things from the sounds of it. Not sure what that growling is. Not a stone golem. You know, this is a very large open room. I do not like these open rooms. You know, like open room concepts, you know, like they're great for houses, not great for dungeons. You know, like a dungeon can have maces, bro. Are you kidding me? Well, that's why we got the plan B. You know what time it is. Our mace may be broken. You know, our mithril mace's speed. But our flail isn't. You know, it reduces our armor since we don't have the other thing, but these things got some durability on them. That's for sure. And we got some time. Oh, we got plenty of time to run through and tear everything to shreds. Because, yeah, we got all sorts of equipment, and we got a fresh ebony flail ready just for this dungeon. And we're also going to fight Jagar Thorn with it, I think. Old Chadar Thorn, as I like to say. And what the heck is this dungeon layout? Seeing this? Like, I know it's meant to have, like, at least one way into the next areas, but, okay, this is just ridiculous. I don't even have enough room for the mark on the floor. Like, this is just ridiculous at this point. Like, is it going to make me take the long way around the entire dungeon just to get to the other side? It is. It just straight up has to be. Like, there's no other way. There's literally no other way. Okay, well, at least there's some way down here. There's a long hall. I go to the end. appears to be another way here. There's all these doors. I hate how many doors there are in this dungeon. This one in particular has too many doors in my opinion. Way too many doors. I was about to not pronounce the D there that well. Yeah, but anyways. Alright. It looks like this dungeon here is more scare tactics than anything. Like, oh, there's the next exit. Wow, that room had nothing in it. Like, nothing. Okay, and this here's another room. I'm not sure how many floors these dungeons are supposed to be. I think it's 4 floors each dungeon, so... and I haven't been keeping track, but we should be on our 3rd floor, I think? Yeah, I think we're on the 3rd floor. So, yeah, the artifact dungeons seem to actually be much tougher than the map dungeons, it seems. I guess that's what the 2 dungeon types are. You have map dungeons and artifact dungeons, and we're currently in an artifact dungeon. In Black Marsh, mind you. Like, seriously. One great thing you gotta like, at least, gotta admit is kind of cool, is you can actually go into Black Marsh in this game. You know, you can actually go into all the different provinces and actually explore them, and actually go do dungeon crawls in these areas. And I know ESO allows that. Yeah, it's one more. Has to be. Okay. I know ESO allows that, but, you know, there's a bunch of paywalls everywhere just to basically do what you can do in Arena, but with other people. And honestly, in my opinion, that's kind of lame. And yeah, you notice, whenever there's different colored walls in the artifact dungeons, that means you've reached the edge. And you can actually skim the edge and look around for new passages, because the edge has many paths around them. And typically, it leads you straight to where you're supposed to go. Like this area here. And I'm pretty sure since this is an artifact dungeon, the other side of this room should just have a giant blank slate with the Ohgma Infinium just sitting in the middle. That should be what it's like, though I'm not 100% sure. Oh, another funny thing, we're probably going to level up right as we grab the artifact, because usually when you grab an artifact, it also gives you a ton of XP, and we're like getting close, though it probably wouldn't give us the 30,000 XP we need, or not 30,000, I think 300,000. Jesus. Yeah, I forget that we're level 19, not level 9. Yeah. You need a lot of experience. Anyways. I'm gonna check our map after killing these guys, see where we're at. Looks like we still got plenty of exploring to do. We're gonna pop in Azur's aid. Make sure we can keep reflecting spells, or at least absorbing spells. Absorbing. Yeah, I'm not grabbing the gold off that guy. We're gonna drink some mana potions since Mage wanted to slap us with his 1d4 staff instead of shoot at us with his 1d20 fireball, you know, like, yeah. You know, just because mages know how to definitely mage in this game, totally. Troll is regenerating. You know what I think about you guys? I think y'all can feel my wrath. Oh man, that... Now that I think about it, if I kill them while I paralyze them, would they even be able to get out of it? No way, we just found it. The Ohgma Infinium is a tome of knowledge, written by the Ageless One, the wizard sage Xerxes. All red the Infinium are filled with the energy of the artifact, which can be manipulated to raise one's abilities to near demigod proportions. Once used, the legend has it, the Infinium will disappear from its wielder. And now, we basically level up with 50 points, and we can just put that into having max strength and max agility. And already, as you can see, plus 10 damage, plus 10 to hit, plus 10 to defend. We're going to have maximum intelligence for maximum mana. And we still have 17 points to spend. We're just going to put that into... I guess we can put like a good 10 into endurance. You know, give us an additional points there. And we got 7 more points. And let's just throw the rest into speed, because why not? So we have 82 speed, 70 endurance, 100 intelligence, 100 strength, 100 agility, and we're only level 19. I mean, I say we're only level 19, but you know, we're not supposed to be like this at level 19. That is just ridiculous. And, yeah, we're basically demigod at this point. Like, max kilos 199. And I think we're just more or less just going to constantly... Oh yeah, and because of our maximum agility, we're also at like near maximum armor too. So we of course have adamantium torque, or not an adamantium, ebony torque. We have ebony bracelet, ebony belt. All we need left is just the necromancer's amulet, and then we're just going to basically be a straight up god, because holy crap. Though we could grab the Ohgma Infinium again, max out our endurance and speed, pretty much, and then we'd basically be set for life. I mean, yeah, I remember when I first did my first playthrough, I maxed out like I maxed out my strength and agility and didn't quite max out my intelligence and speed. I think I did intelligence later, and that was really overpowered. But yeah, we're definitely up there now, and I think that's going to be a good place to save. And I'm going to speed ahead into a nearby town, and we're going to grab the Necromancer's amulet, because I think it's time for us to get some good equipment. We're definitely going to get some new spells ready for you know, our great journey. And these trolls need to stop yelling in my ear, because they are annoying me. But, you know, we're going to get ourselves the Necromancer's Amulet, the bestest drip in the lands. It's basically... Okay, so the Necromancer's Amulet is actually a very good artifact, and the reason why is it's an amulet. So it doesn't break unless you use this spell on it, which is like reflect stuff and whatnot. And in the minuses are good, and that basically means how much damage reduction you have. So whenever like a troll attacks me, the troll deals like, I don't know, like let's say a good 30 damage, and then it's minus 24 from that 30 damage. So, you know, the more minuses, the better. So, you know, these torques with minus 5 armor rating, you know, that's like the best you can get. That's ebony. And the Necromancer's Amulet has minus 9 on it. 4 points back. Oh god, that's a vampire. Okay. We got a vampire up here. Are you kidding me? He just disappeared again. Well, come on. Now I wanted a fight. I was somewhat ready. Troll. Of course. Of all the things that would pop up. Had to be a troll. So a vampire showed up, and then he saw me run and just decided to say, okay, I scared him too much, peace out. That sucks. Yeah, that just sucks. I wanted the XP from that. Okay, and I guess now that I'm done with my tangent, basically, now we're gonna do a speed ahead, so I'll catch y'all in Blacklight, I guess, so see y'all there. You have arrived in the city-state of Blacklight in Morrowind Province. The date is Maundus 21st of Morning Star, and the year 3392. It took 34 days to reach your goal. Blacklight holds the northern tip of Morrowind. To the east is Dagothur in all its fiery glory. And I think now I understand why the champion took so long to fight Jagarthorn. Because as you can see here, we're coming back from all these adventures and stuff, and instead of just running straight to Jagarthorn, we're just doing artifact quests. So I could just imagine the Eternal Champion getting all of the artifacts, leveling all the way up, and saying, I'm bored, I'm going to side quest for a bit. And then just show up to Jagarthorn, instead of just being like a powerful warrior, just being a straight up demigod, just showing up with Ariel's bow, the Amulet of King, and not the Amulet of Kings, but the Necromancer's Amulet, like 20 Ohgma Infiniums just to max everything out to 100, and he's just wearing a full suit of ebony armor with like 2 ebony flails dual wielding them, and Jagarthorn is just like, so you finally arrived. Wait a minute, what are you? Come at me, punk! And he just charges forward. Like, just, I could just imagine seeing that, and just the sheer terror Jagarthorn would have, just having to deal with that kind of stuff. And of course, we got all this sad music playing because it's the middle of the night and we can't find a freaking inn! So yeah, I think I'm gonna, I guess while I'm here, before we, what? Y'all want a piece of me too? Before we start doing artifact quests, I guess I'll do a speed ahead real quick until we, find an inn, and then, of course, we'll do a cell montage. So yeah, I'll find an inn, do a cell montage, and catch y'all as we're looking for artifacts. So catch y'all in a sec, actually. Alright, and we're back. We just sold a bunch of stuff. I decided to drop off my Mithril Mesa speed permanently. I'm actually not going to use it anymore. And I made a few spells in season to what we're dealing with. So of course Azura Star is going to basically be my sunlight spell. It creates a 10-foot light area, which is the maximum radius, for 99 rounds per level. And I mean, being level 19, that's basically just there forever. And then of course we got other spells as well. We have a few spells like Jagar, I'm coming for you, Jagar, which is basically enough magic damage to just one-hit KO him in one blow, which is just hilarious. And there's also Shut Up Jagar, in case I would need to silence him. I can silence him for a very good amount. I could just run up and silence him right quick, and then, drink mana potions in front of him, and then just nuke him. And then, of course, all your mana is mine. If I have this available, Like if I pop this at the beginning of a dungeon, I basically never run out of spell absorption. So yeah, I basically have the setup now. But of course, there's only one key ingredient we are missing. So of course, we're going to speak with this fine person here, this fine, hello, I am Sarethis Hilbu. I'm a field hand, and I work my heart out during this harvest and starve in the winter. Oh, so you're hungry now. But anyways, we're just gonna get general rumors, and I'll catch y'all after another speed ahead, because of course we're going to have to try and get the rumor about the Necromancer's amulet. So I'll catch y'all on the other side. Alright, and we found it. Dark Goddess, protect us. You would think mages would be too logical to get involved in quests for mythical relics that'll supposedly make them incredibly powerful. I saw 2 mages over at the Thirsty Cutlass, a respectable inn west of here, bartending with this guy over the Necromancer's amulet. They didn't have enough money for the information he had, lucky for them. Alright, so Necromancer's Amulet, Thirsty Cutlass. Now, we're going to need to get the Thirsty Cutlass location, so fine lady, where is the Thirsty Cutlass? West of here last you checked? Oh yeah? Well, can you mark it on my map actually? I'm not really sure. Go west for a while and ask there. Well, I know if I ask enough, you'll eventually mark it on my map. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll look west, and I'll look for the Thirsty Cutlass, I suppose. Since you don't want to help me. I mean, it is possible that it's literally right here in this section, like right here. It is, of course, very foggy here in this winter. This very majestic winter with such amazing music, honestly. And this here is the Red Dagger. I'm looking for the Thirsty Cutlass. And of course I'm in a hedge maze, so it's going to lag to High Hrothgar. So we're going to have to go ahead and run around. It's going to, of course, lag as we get close to the hedge maze. Because of course it lags at these hedge mazes. Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking when they made these hedge mazes and just made them lag to High Hrothgar like this. Like, these things they're just too laggy, you know? Like, they keep lagging. You know, like, why are these hedge mazes so laggy, you know? Like, my game is just chopping. Like, my frame rate is going at one frame a second. You know, like, look at how choppy this is. Just getting close to these hedges. And now, if we loop around, you're the Thirsty Cutlass. Okay, so it was worth it. Alright, let's get ready. We're gonna have to get the Necromancer's Amulet. And this is actually gonna be a good place to end it. Once we get the Necromancer's Amulet, that's... Oh. Glad to hear you bring it up, Dark Elf, says a young man sitting next to you. I'm Nisith Rizamon. I got the Riz, you see, and I was just beginning to assume that no one in Blacklight has ever heard of the bloody Manamarco in his necromancer's robes. So you're in luck, Dark Elf. Hold up, Manamarco. My new price for telling you exactly how to find the robes that will make any trickster into one archmage is 680 gold pieces, as they say. Take it or leave it. You know, I thought this was the Necromancer amulet, not the Necromancer robes, but I guess it's an error? Yeah, I'll accept. Excellent, Sindar Dreth. Happy to do business with you. Now then, here's what you need to know. I may not look like it, but I am in noble blood, believe it or not, of a member of the first families of High Rock. For a century upon century, my family has been involved in the politics of Arena. Most of the rulers in the family have been servants for the good of the people, but occasionally a bad egg turns up, like my great uncle. When my father took the rulership from him, he found that my uncle had a vast storeroom of items confiscated from travels, including a map to the place of where the necromancer's robes are supposed to be now. Most of this he returned to the rightful owners, but his map was lost in a place called the Fortress of Vol'jin. If you go there, you should be able to find the map again and use it to relocate the robes. Now, I must leave you. The gold you gave will help my father restore some of your people. Good luck, Dark Elf. Okay. So, I wonder if it would actually tell me. Hang on. So if I go to my journal, so Ruler Stone Keep. Oh wait. Alright, so the map of the Necromancer's amulet lies in the Fortress of somewhere in the high. So you see, it says Necromancer's amulet here. That guy was talking about robes, was he? Like, am I crazy or something? Am I high in skooma? He was just talking about robes, but that was about the Necromancer's amulets? Like, okay, there has to be a mistake somewhere. So, High Rock, first of all, and we gotta go to the Fortress of Vol'jin, not the Mines of Curse, the Fortress of Vol'jin, not the Crypt of Hearts, the Fortress of Vol'jin. It'll take 70 days, and we'll find the map to the robes, but it's actually the map to the amulet. Yeah, that mistake didn't happen when I first did that quest. Oh yeah, all your mana is mine. So doing that takes all of my mana. And of course we're gonna absorb a little bit of mana, so I can cast, oh god. Oh, I'm coming for you, Jagger. Sorry. So that just takes up the entire screen the second it goes over. That's actually kind of hilarious. So let's see here. We're gonna need a Zura Star, and that's gonna last forever. So now we're absorbing spells, we're shielded, and we're in the middle of one of the most confined rooms in existence. We're gonna have to chase a Boethia out of this, at the very least. And you know what? I think today I'll find the map. Tomorrow I'll find the amulet, and we'll get to fighting Jagartharn, because, you know, like, we got enough time just to find one measly map, you know what I mean? Like, we have enough time. Of course, probably be on my guard, just in case we find anything. Like the opposite end. And honestly, this dungeon looks very cryptic. It looks very hectic. And, you know, we got a good bit done today. I'm not... Oh. Come on. Cast spell. Okay, cool. So, you're not going to cast any more spells. Got it. That was a spell sword that tried to nuke us and then just gave up completely. How embarrassing. Anyways, yeah. I feel like in the next episode we could definitely knock out an artifact dungeon and take care of Jagar Tharn. We definitely have all the tools we need. I mean, should be able to run through this area with little to no issues whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure the artifact dungeon will be just as much of a breeze. Of course, the map dungeon is very much a maze, it seems like. I guess, you know, searching for the amulet, the Necromancer's amulet, the very item of Mana Marco's desire. You know, like I'm pretty sure something like that would definitely require. Ooh, got another mage, and of course all he wants to do is that. So we're going to follow its wrath. And did you just resisted you just resisted paralysis. That was 100% chance of paralysis, and you just said no. Oh, wow. You know, I just realized, with our plus 10 damage, we can kind of just tear through everything like it's nothing. We don't even need to cast spells anymore because we're literally maxed out martially. We can just tear through everything. Just physically brute force our way through everything with our mace if we wanted to. And yet we still have all the magical components we need to boot. And you know, I just realized I can still go on a tangent and still do all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be a second, but I'm going to at least try to get the map this episode. The map to the Necromancer's amulet, so we can at least have somewhere good to leave off, you know? Like somewhere good other than just having all the spells we need. So I can at least be like another step closer to the end, because, you know, I feel like we're already taking quite a long time just to get to the end. And here we are, taking even more time to get to the end. You know, like, it's just something else, you know? And of course, we are breezing through these like it's nothing. Like, we should definitely be able to get the map easily within the next, like, 10 minutes at the most. Like, honestly, this should not take too long at all. And I hope I did not just jinx that. But hey, it is what it is. And I mean, we're still shielded. We're still absorbing spells, shielded, and our light is going to last for like an hour. So, you know, it's not like we're going to run out of stuff. Like, our absorb mana is just going to be up for so long, and that's just going to be so helpful. There we go. And now we're in a jump puzzle. I hate being in pits. Yeah. Of course, the fact that there's all these death pits, like, they look like death pits because they're just black voids underneath the ground. They're supposed to be crawls. You know, they're supposed to be little crawl spaces. That's honestly just hilarious to me. Like, the crawl spaces look like they would just be an instant game over the second you fall down in them. And then you would just fall down in them and be like, oh, I'm not dead. And the fact that they basically require you to use them in certain dungeons is also kind of mean. Like, honestly. Okay, now I'm just going to Ball's Wrath And there we go. This is really the only this is the reason why you need just paralyze and poison on top of, seems like paralyze really messes with the human characters though. Basically makes them immortal, which sucks. I mean, how much damage am I doing with Mafala's Wrath? Like, not even just, my new spell, but just Mafala's Wrath. Like, that was one of my god spells for a long time, and it's only 10 points of damage each go instead of the 50. Yeah, no wonder why it doesn't kill everything. I mean, it's still a good bit of damage. I mean, could probably two-shot most enemies. If I remember correctly, you can actually two-shot like liches, which is very powerful. Oh, and speaking of being able to do stuff like that, so all your mana is mine is still up easily. So I'm going to actually test out I'm coming for you, Jagar. Oh my god. I just nuked that. There was nothing he could do. Oh my god. That just incinerated him. I feel bad for that guy. I mean, that was enough magic damage to kill like 2 liches. Like, just straight up. You have found the map that leads to the Necromancer's Amulet somewhere in the province of Hammerfell. You inscribe the location onto your map of the continent. There we go. And now we have a Hammerfell location. And we're still at the bottom of this dungeon, which we can definitely leave, and we can definitely go to the next area in the next episode, and we're definitely going to clear this guy out before we leave. So let's use it on this knight. Oh my god, I can one-shot knights. You know, like, I shouldn't be surprised by that, but oh dear god, is that just so satisfying. And, you know, I just realized, do we even have we still have absorb spells up, so it's like, why did I not absorb my mana? Uh-oh. Of course. Okay, our flail is powerful now. Those guys would usually take so many hits with my Mesa's speed. And they just take... Oh, that will encumber me. Well... excuse me, Mr. Warriors will encumber me. I didn't know I was at my max kilo limit already. Of course, we got plenty of potions of power, so we can just chug a bunch of those and not even worry about it. I mean, we just chugged, what, like 20? And we still have a good... We still have a good 280 of leeway room, so that's good. And of course, enemies will probably just continuously spawn if I sit here. So anyways, I think that could be a good place to wrap things up for today. So yeah, we went and grabbed the Ohgma Infinium, we upgraded our stats, we gained new gear, we're ready to go face Jagar Tharn and probably wipe the floor with him, because, I mean, just look at us. We are the Chad now. But anyways, I think it's a good time to wrap this up. This has been your bro Frostbrew, and I think I'll catch you on the next one. Later!